What's up my peeps, I'm here with yet again another prediction game video. This time it's Antonio Cesaro versus The Miz for the United States Championship. As you can see right here, I'm not using my Miz created character or the created character I got off Community Creations. I just decided to use The Miz right off the video game, the in-game character instead of, the created character. Not a big deal, but just thought I'd, point that out. Although I really don't need to point that out, you just had to, look at the video. But anyways, I know I stated in the Royal Rumble prediction game video for Antonio Cesaro versus The Miz that I could see The Miz being somebody to take that United States Championship off of Antonio Cesaro, but not on a pre-show. So, at the Rumble, it was a pre-show match. Now, at the Elimination Chamber, it's not a pre-show match, but I'm still not going to go with The Miz getting the victory here. And a big reason for that, a big part of that, is the fact that this is the Elimination Chamber. The last stop, the last pay-per-view before WrestleMania. If you give The Miz the victory here, he wins the United States Championship, then Antonio Cesaro is entitled to a rematch. I know I say that a lot, the fact that this guy is entitled to a rematch. This guy needs a rematch. This guy has a rematch clause. I just feel the need to point it out because a lot of people, I see this a lot of people forget that, champions get rematch clauses. They're entitled to a rematch. So, like 98% of the time, when a champion loses its title, he's going to be the first challenger for the new champion. So, when people say, for instance, recently, a lot of people have been saying, Chris Jericho wins the Elimination Chamber match, Dolph Ziggler cashes in the Money in the Bank briefcase at the Elimination Chamber to beat Del Rio, and then they have Dolph Ziggler versus Chris Jericho one-on-one at WrestleMania. The issue with that is, Del Rio, being the former champion, and just having lost the title, he's entitled to a rematch. And it would make sense for Del Rio to cash in on that rematch at WrestleMania, and that would make it a triple threat match. Same thing if Big Show, for example, wins the world title. If Big Show wins the world title, then Del Rio is also entitled to a rematch, and then you've also got the number one contender that wins the Elimination Chamber. So, pretty much you can pretty much guarantee a triple threat if one of those scenarios happen. Unless, like, Del Rio or Big Show would, invoke their rematch on Raw or SmackDown, but really I doubt that would happen. It would be more logical for, Del Rio or Big Show, whoever loses the championship, to invoke his rematch at the biggest show of the year, WrestleMania, instead of on Raw or SmackDown. So, yeah, that aside, well, like I said, it's a big reason why I think Antonio Cesaro is not going to lose that United States Championship so soon, so close to WrestleMania. If he's going to lose it soon, pretty sure it's going to be at WrestleMania. Why not hold out until WrestleMania? And just the fact that it's WrestleMania time, it's WrestleMania, the biggest pay-per-view of the year, it just makes whoever, let's say Antonio Cesaro is going to lose the United States Championship soon. Whoever beats Antonio Cesaro, it's going to be a bigger victory just because it's at WrestleMania. Instead of having it at the Elimination Chamber, why not wait it out until WrestleMania, biggest show of the year? The majority of people are watching, a lot of people are watching, most likely more, definitely more than like a pay-per-view like the Elimination Chamber. So, WrestleMania is definitely a better place to have a title change than for, let's say, the Elimination Chamber. And also another reason is, and I stated this reason in the Royal Rumble prediction game video, thing is, I feel Antonio Cesaro, I feel he needs the US title more to have something to do at WrestleMania. He's been doing pretty well as US champion, defending the title against, a bunch of guys, and looking pretty dominant. By the way, the way he swung The Miz on Monday, on the barricade, I thought that was freaking awesome. That was freaking awesome. Antonio Cesaro is freaking awesome. I tried to replicate that in this gameplay. I think, yeah, I did it in this gameplay. I did the swinging move when your opponent's down, like right next to the barricade, but it's not the same since, the actual opponent doesn't actually hit the barricade when you're doing it. But back to what I was saying, I feel Antonio Cesaro it would be more beneficial for Antonio Cesaro to keep on or hold on to that United States Championship for WrestleMania. And another reason why I think Antonio Cesaro might just hold on to the championship is Christian. For the past 2 years, Christian has returned at WrestleMania. What am I talking about? Not WrestleMania, but for the past 2 years, Christian has returned at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. And seeing as how his last match was against Antonio Cesaro, and Antonio Cesaro took him out after the matchup, attacked him, I think this is the perfect opportunity for Christian to return and, announce that he wants to challenge Antonio Cesaro for his United States Championship at WrestleMania, get some payback, but at the same time also win some championship gold, hopefully at WrestleMania. I would have preferred Christian to be entered into the Elimination Chamber. If you look at the Elimination Chamber, they're all former world champions. Christian is a former 2-time world champion, despite the reigns being not that long. He's still a former 2-time world champion. Really disappointed that, they didn't put him in the chamber. Feel Christian would have been, feel he should have been in the chamber match. Actually, in the comment section, tell me if you guys agree. Do you guys agree that Christian should have been in the Elimination Chamber match instead of maybe Jack Swagger or somebody else? I don't know. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I think Antonio Cesaro is going to win the matchup. And I also think Christian's going to return and either attack Antonio Cesaro or challenge him or something like that. So that is pretty much it for my prediction. I'm going to stick with Antonio Cesaro retaining the title. And if you guys enjoyed this video, as always, you can click that like button. Let's try and make these Elimination Chamber prediction game videos the highest rated ones yet. With that said, I'm out, guys. See ya.